Good evening. Let me start by asking you a question. Raise your hand if you've ever experienced significant levels of stress. Good stuff. Now, raise your hand if you've ever wanted to improve your physical fitness or maybe lose a couple of kilos. Cool. Now, majority raised your hand, which is a perfect example of the public. 7 out of 10 Australians experience significant levels of stress that has an impact on their physical health. 2 out of 3 Australians are overweight or obese. These and other lifestyle factors all contribute to chronic disease. And each year, there are 14 million premature deaths worldwide from chronic disease, which could have been prevented through lifestyle factors. It's obvious we need a solution that is accessible and motivating in a day and age where people value convenience and immediacy. And on this note, let me introduce you to Hapy. Hapy is a revolutionary B2C app that is fast, easy, convenient, and secure to use. It is a platform that connects customers with health professionals and services. How does the app work? Simply, the customer logs into the app and browses for the service that they require. This could be anything from a Pilates class, physio, or massage, for example. They book the service through the app confirms the booking with the health professional, the customer then attends the booking, pays the app, and the app pays the health professional. Let me just highlight here that there are no upfront costs, there's no ongoing costs. Hapy generates its revenue by taking a percentage of the booking fee. Some of the key features of the app include Hapy Rewards points. So for every $1 that the customer spends, they earn points which can be used on further services and products. There is also a feedback rating system where the customer can rate and review the professional or service, and the professional can rate the customer. As well as this, for the health professional, there is free marketing and exposure and calendar integration. So why would you want to use an app like Hapy? Simply because it's the fast, easy, secure, and convenient way for you to book and pay for your health and wellness services whilst being rewarded. In our research, we found that 80% of customers would be interested in using an app like Hapy. Why would a health professional get on board? For them, Hapy is a way for them to increase their exposure, increase their client base, and increase their revenue. In our research, we found that 70% of health professionals would use an app like Hapy. The health and wellness industry in Australia is worth $6.6 billion per year, and globally it's worth $1.7 trillion per year. This is an established industry that is expanding. What's also expanding are the number of smartphone and app users around the world. Major potential partners for Hapy include the Australian government and private health insurers. Both the government and the insurers have a financial interest in investing in preventative health measures such as Hapy. Each year, the government spends $50 billion on managing chronic diseases. Insurers spend $150 million on managing chronic diseases. So it's in their interest to invest in preventative measures to lower those costs. How are we going to make Hapy happen? First up, we need to develop the app. Then, our goal is to have a fully functioning beta version of the app being used by a minimum of 50 customers and 10 practitioners by the end of this year. Once we achieve that goal, we will then release version 1.0 to the Australian market before taking it globally in the next few years. To take a brief look at our financials, here you can see we have the number of users, the number of bookings, and the net profit in orange, numbers down the bottom. You can see here that by year 3, we predict that Hapy will be generating significant revenue and will be profitable. To introduce you to our Hapy team, we're a team of 2. I'm Margot. I'm passionate about health and improving the lives of people. My partner Tony is passionate about technology, hence why he's looking at things. And he's passionate about how technology can change the world. So there you have it. Hapy is the app that will allow you, you have a dance if you want to. The app will allow you to manage your stress, improve your health, and increase your happiness. Thank you.
Apparently it's my turn to ask the first question. It's not the first time I've seen an application in this space. But what I'm really interested to know is how do you manage the very fine dividing line between what the practitioner is expecting and your margin, because it's a very small margin. So how do all those numbers stack up between the practitioner, you taking the money, all the charges involved, your profit, and the practitioner's margin? How do those numbers stack up?
Sure. I've actually got the numbers that I can give you at the end, and there's quite a comprehensive spreadsheet that we have. The app anticipates taking 8.5% of each booking value. We would then assume that 2.5% of that would go to merchant fees. We would then keep 2.5% of that as part of our Hapy Rewards scheme, and the remainder will be, let's say, profit before expenses. We then have expenses such as IT infrastructure costs, technical people, salespeople actually go out and talk about the product and get practitioners signed on. And then after that, we would anticipate profit in the third year from there.
For the health professionals as well, the professional and service, they all get to set their costs or their booking fee. So say they wanted to factor in the 8.5% on top of what they normally charge, they can do that. It's completely up to them.
Okay, thank you.
Hey guys, nice presentation. My question is a little bit step back. It's on the assumption that you're getting people to download your app, log in, and book a service. So there's an assumption that there's an intent to book before even opening your app. Now, my biggest question for you is, why would they do all those 3 steps and not just go yoga instructor, glebe, search? What's the point of difference?
Pop up as the first one if you put in yoga instructor, glebe, happy.
Sure, but that's a very different business model right there. So, but what's the point of difference with your app? Why is it so much better to open your app, download and log in, register, and then search for yoga instructor and not use Google? That's kind of my question.
Good convenience. So you alluded to the fact that there's a couple of apps that exist that are not the same, not even similar, but they're sort of in that sort of category. We actually tried using some of those apps and found no services in the local area for medical services, let's say doctors and the like. We feel that there is a need for a product to be able to, so that, this evening you might have pulled a muscle in your back, at work. Oh, let me see who's available. Okay, cool. Yep, here we go. I can go there tonight. I've had personal experience where I've had to call up a dentist after dentist after dentist after dentist and get nobody. Maybe go next week or the week after. This allows someone to go, okay, this person's available. They've got a rating of 5.5 or 4.5 or whatever it might be. I'll book there, go there this evening, pay for it, get the service, and transact through the app.
So it's your booking system that you think will be the convenience component for these services?
Yeah, and then in terms of motivating them, people are motivated by rewards points, and if they're regular yoga goers, it will probably only take them, well, assuming they do 3 classes a week, it might only take them 6 weeks before they earn themselves a free class, for example.
I've got a question around the target group here when it comes to health professionals, because it's a very broad group, and I think you would have a lot of benefit if you could target. I'm not quite sure who, because you're talking about yoga and Pilates, and obviously a lot of these gyms you have to be a member, you can't just book a class. I mean, they have their own business models. And then you talk about dentists, and then I'm thinking a chiropractor. Who is the target group initially when you're going to launch this? Who is it? Is it everyone, or is it?
Well, we're targeting the yoga and Pilates studios that operate privately, so not gyms. Gyms is something else.
Yeah.
There's also fitness studios, spin studios.
Yeah.
They all run per casual class, so you can have their memberships there.
Yeah.
In terms of the health professionals, you're looking at the allied health professionals. So physios, chiros, massage, anything that falls under allied health, as well as alternative health. So they're naturopaths, kinesiologists.
Can I ask, have you done a lot of customer development, looking at these different segments and the attractiveness of them? Or are you not quite there yet?
In what respect, sorry?
Just trying to understand whether or not how attractive is this to customers, going out and talking to customers in different segments to understand where the opportunities are and the low-hanging fruit potentially.
Yeah, we spoke to 20 customers, 20 practitioners. So there is more research to do to really nut it out and fine-tune it. So we'll take that on board.
But we're talking a very high percentage of those people have actually said this is a really good idea that I would use. So we've asked for the idea aspect and they'd be great, but would you use it? Absolutely. It'd be a lot more convenient for me to do this than it would be my current system where I need to look up or call or do whatever. And by the way, the dentist was just an example. It was to give an example of what I'm talking about. Sometimes you may just want to book a service, a yoga session for the evening. You don't know which studios are open. You know, with this app, you've got the availability of the time there.